Good afternoon. This is Lurking Lately. We're going to start part 3 of the Absolute Beginner's Guide to Stellaris. I was just kind of reviewing the last episode before I uploaded it, and I noticed that one thing I failed to do was set these guys as rivals, the Pricky Kicky T, and they are fanatical purifiers as well, so there's no harm in setting them as rivals because they're going to try to kill us anyways. So that should help some with influence gain. We're running kind of short here. So the goals for this episode are going to be, we're going to claim up to here, build a star base here, a defensive one. And also we'll try to, fill up these remaining star lanes, claim as many as we can, just so we can cut down on kind of the Empire sprawl. And we're going to start beefing up once our techs come in, unless we get another really good military tech. We're going to start beefing up our military, and we're going to have to deal with these fanatic purifiers to the north. But before we do that, what I think we should do is go around and knock out all these ancient, mining drones here, so that, we can get some combat experience for our fleet, and so that we can open up some new land to settle as well. And this all should be pretty good land since it is guarded by, mining drones. So I'm interested to see what's in there. So before we start attacking these alpha aliens, let's research them. So we'll go to our situation log, and we will research them. It'll only take 4 months to do. And it should be like the vast majority of these guys are all alpha aliens. And so with that, I'm going to hit on pause, and we're going to just keep going.
Construction project concluded.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what it is exactly this guy is even doing here. I'm going to move him. Oh yeah, he was here to grab the moats. So I'll send him over here to build mining stations. And we'll grab all the goodies in here.
Construction project concluded.
Take a quick look at our planets here. Never mind. And let's just keep moving forward. We'll run the research project.
Construction project concluded.
Alright, we'll continue on with those digs.
Special project concluded.
And let's do the drone listening project as well.
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
Now I'm going to move him here. I'm not going to... Well, we don't have enough influence to build an outpost, but I'm more concerned about grabbing this as an outpost. So...
Initial colonization phase commencing. Construction project concluded.
Alright. So we'll just grab up the research here. We have another election coming. Again, even if we wanted to, we're not going to waste our, we're not going to waste our influence here on that. Alright, so we finally have some space pirates show up. They occur when you start having too much kind of trade wealth. So let's go ahead and deal with them. They're in Savasik. So we'll take our fleet. And I guess now is a good time to actually get an admiral. So we'll go over to our leaders tab. We'll recruit admirals. And we'll see who's available. This is a really good trait. He's kind of old. This is a good trait just for speed. He's young. I mean, they're all good traits. Let's grab the aggressive admiral. We're gonna put him on our fleet. The total power of this fleet's 891, so I'm not gonna bother with the upgrading.
Station sustaining damage. Construction project concluded. Initial colonization phase complete.
Alright, let's take a quick look at what our status is here. This guy's just sitting around. This guy's going to build an outpost here, which we're going to upgrade shortly. And what do we do with this scientist? Let's move him towards Savasik as well. Maybe there'll be some debris from the pirates when they're destroyed.
Special project concluded.
All right. Again, we've kind of been, so we've still got some anomalies to research here, so we'll go ahead and go in that direction. And we finished our precursor chain event, so hopefully we will have a system close to ours. It's actually the Irasian homeworld. And so I don't know really where it is, so let's go to the... let's track it on the map. Oh, excellent. So, you know, sometimes if you're unlucky, the actual, you know, site of wherever your precursor race, it'll end up in enemy territory, and then the enemy ends up getting it, so it's really annoying. But luckily, that's not the case here, so we'll just grab this science ship to survey the system, close out the chain. And that's just the pirates destroying the system there in Savasik. So we can choose either for 33% more damage to ancient mining drones or 10% mining output. I'm going to take the mining output.
Mining station offline.
So our fleet's slowly going to engage the pirates. Again, this is why it's good to have a faster fleet, you know, but what can you do? Alright, so we have some pre-sapients here. This means that when we have enough technology, we can actually uplift them to become a part of our empire. So that is something we should consider doing. Also, they're Arctic. And so once we uplift them, we can have them settle all the Arctic worlds. And the Alpine worlds and whatnot. And then actually, this area, like right, you know, capturing land from these guys, it becomes less important because we're going to have a third species now where we can, you know, basically colonize all the planet types to a greater or lesser degree.
Construction project concluded.
And we'll start upgrading the starbase here right now.
Research concluded.
Alright, so we've got, let's research the fusion reactor. That will be good for our fighting ships. And actually, we're going to take this construction ship. We're actually going to move him here, because we know that this system that they're about to... in fact, we're going to have this guy just wait here. Because we know that it's going to be a good system, because it's a precursor race. And we'll grab this constructor ship and send him here. Just to rebuild all the stuff that the... Okay, so we've got some Huron refugees that arrived from these guys over here. Yeah, they're pretty much going to get stomped in by the Prikikikiti. And since we have, since we accept anyone, we're accepting refugees. Now, that's a bad thing because we don't have any actual, Arctic type worlds or Alpine worlds, and they're going to be very unhappy. They're going to have very low habitability on the worlds we have colonized so far. So we can actually fix this by building, and we'll just look for habitability, and we're going to just settle this with our refugees now. And so what'll happen is, once this area gets settled, colonists, our refugee colonists will naturally migrate there because it's more suited for them, to survive. So that's actually a good thing too. I mean, they're not the, they will make good soldiers in our empire. If you look at the species traits here, they're strong, they're resilient, and so that's actually good because we're going to need good ground troops, moving forward, since we're kind of smushed in between these two, empires that want to kill everything. And in fact, just looking around, it may be to our benefit to take out the Prikikikiti first if they take out these guys completely. So we'll just keep an eye out on that. Otherwise, we have some unemployed pops. Let's build some generator districts here. And they don't have a lot of in the ways of amenities, so we'll build a gene clinic here. They're doing pretty good on stuff. We'll just round them out by giving them an ag district. And they're doing okay too. So we'll give them a mining district as well. And we can pick another tradition. Alright, we don't have that many research, populations doing research, so we'll grab the research station output benefit. And we'll move forward in time. Looks like one of our scientists died. It was of one of our society research guys, so let's see what we have in terms of leaders for scientists. Alright, no one that great, so maybe we can kind of promote internally. Let's look at our science ships. We'll leave this guy as he is because he's busy doing searches. That guy's got something important to do. Alright, I think we're going to take this Tullius Caparius guy because he does have a society-based research ability, and he is level 5, so let's throw him in there. And we'll just take a new leader. about this guy who's resilient? We'll throw him on this ship. And we'll just have him wait here in case there's some kind of debris to search. Looks like the dig is proceeding.
Research concluded.
Alright, we finished with our research. Fleet command is good. The more important thing is fleet capacity, because you can have a bunch of smaller fleets, you know, kind of running in tandem. Also, each time you get like a better ship type, your fleet command grows. So I'm not 100% on that one. Off-world trading would be nice for our future, you know, trade hubs. But so would this interstellar fleet traditions. We'll go with the cheaper of the two. Yeah, we'll go with the off-world trading hubs, just so we can knock it out faster. Alright, let's examine the logs.
Initializing hostile engagement protocol.
Alright, so our fleet finally made it here. We're going to take on the pirates. Should be a pretty easy battle. It looks like we got an admiral for free out of it. That's nice.
Project concluded.
Let's take a look at Conviab here. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's shut it down. So let's go to our situation log again. Something we're going to want to take care of sooner rather than later. And we still have, even though it says combat's over, we still have to take out that alien, the pirate outpost. Otherwise, they're going to keep spawning more pirate ships, so we'll take care of that. That shouldn't be too hard, though.
Construction project concluded. Construction project
All right.
concluded.
Okay, so this leads to another kind of event log, you know, event chain, but it's fun, so let's do it. Okay, let's see where we're all at. So our military fleet, luckily no one got blown up, so they must have gotten some experience for that. We'll send them to the nearest star base to repair. Let's take a look at our planets here. It's looking pretty good. Out of amenities, let's build another gene clinic here. And let's take a look at our ships here. So that guy's fine. That guy can finish off the research stations. There's no real debris to search. So where should we move him? Let's move him down here. And let's grab this science ship. And we don't really have... Well, let's take a look at this guy here. He's just level 1, so he can kind of wait. This guy who's a level 4, while we wait for new stuff to explore and, you know, kind of research, we're going to take her, and we're going to take her to Altair Prime and assist in research. So that'll just increase the research output of that planet, based on the skill of the scientist. And the scientist actually will increase in kind of skill as they assist research. So it's kind of a virtuous circle over there. But other than that, we'll just keep going.
Construction project concluded.
Okay, so we've met our first, what do you call them? I want to call them like space Mongols, but that's probably not the right term. Let's look at our contacts. Kind of marauder clans. Now, what they will do is they will occasionally demand tribute, and if we don't, they'll come in and raid us. And they're like, they look small, but they're actually very powerful. Also, they tend to be the mid-game crisis. Basically, one of the warlords, you know, in one of these groups unites the tribes, and they go on a conquering spree. But we'll deal with that when we get to it. So let's put some modules on our starbase here to the north, and they're going to be defensive ones, because again, we're kind of worried about their status there. We'll throw in a crew quarters as well, and then we'll upgrade the base to the next level, because we want kind of a, if they decide to come in and take out these mining drones, we want kind of a line of defense, so to speak. So, we'll keep going. And let's just see what everyone's doing here. That guy's hanging out. He can go in and build all the mining stations. That guy's waiting for that to be surveyed. Alright.
Construction project concluded.
Okay. So it looks like we found some kind of new, found some kind of new archaeological dig, I believe.
Construction project concluded.
Alright, the fleet's repaired. Let's kind of take a look at our trade here. You see, now when you go into the trade mode, you can also see like the level of piracy. If there's a high level of piracy, it'll spawn pirates. I'm not sure if we should throw on Altair Prime another trade hub, because it only costs one. We have a slot open, right? And looking at the trade map, if we threw on another one, we'd be able to grab 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of energy. So I think it's worth it. Let's slap another trade hub here. And then once we do research the off-world trading company, they'll just add more energy to our starbase over there. And I'm just going to have them just travel in to the system so they're ready to start claiming stuff when it is fully surveyed. And these guys are kind of out of housing. But we can just keep building sectors, because sectors will provide enough housing for everybody. So let's go ahead and build an energy sector. Well, no, let's go ahead. Let's build another city district. It'll kind of increase migration there, so. Alright, so the fleet's finally been repaired. The first thing was actually that Arctic colony that we're going to be building. So what are we going to do with these guys? Well, I think that in the meantime, let's see if we can have them patrol between this area and this area. So we're going to click on our fleet, and then we're going to Okay, great. So what I did was here is I chose a patrol method. So in this case, you click on the button, but you don't right-click, you left-click. And they should just patrol these systems back and forth until we tell them to do something else. And again, the reason I'm doing it is because here is where all the pirates are. And so as the fleet moves through, it kind of lowers piracy. And so we'll just have them kind of go back and forth while we wait for other stuff. If you right-click after you hit the patrol, it's just going to move to that one location and stop.
Initial colonization phase complete. Research concluded.
Alright, so we've got a better energy unit for our ships. Or generator, I guess. And what's the next thing we can build? I'm inclined to take the research station output, so let's take that.
Construction project concluded. Initial colonization phase commencing. Construction project concluded.
Okay, so just having these guys do their thing. So we have over 10,000 units of minerals. So let's go ahead into our market, because we're not doing so hot on energy. And let's sell 10,000 tons of minerals.
Construction project concluded.
Alright, so we can build another item on our planet because we have an unemployed robot pop. So I think we're going to move these guys to another colony. Let's just see where we want to send them to. Let's send them to Serban Secundus, because hopefully they'll have enough population to upgrade the administration. So yeah, let's go here, resettle. So that's going to create some unemployment, but we can solve that by upgrading to the planetary administration building. And these guys need something, so let's just build a mine. And these guys are kind of just waiting over here for this.
Construction project concluded.
I guess we can move these guys over in this direction. Yeah, we'll claim that system. Okay, and now we've got these who's fleeing? I'm guessing it's those Heatmore Hurons. Yeah, they're basically falling to the Pricky Kiki T. So we may actually even, you know, since these guys aren't as powerful as these guys, we may deal with them second, and we may have to deal with the Pricky Kiki T first, because they're starting to look very scary. I mean, you'll see here that their star bases are already like far more advanced than ours. So we're gonna have to do something about them. Okay, so it looks like we finished off that excavation. We'll just move them over there. You know what we're actually going to do? Which is the construction ship that's moving. We're just going to have him, we're going to change his, we're going to change it to, get rid of that starbase outpost, because I think it's less important to build that starbase outpost than it is to build this. Okay, it hasn't been fully surveyed there. And we'll just build the starbase outpost over here. That archaeological site's been dug up. So let's excavate this site over here. And other than that, it looks pretty good. Got some unemployed pops. You know, this wants to be a mining station, but we just have so many minerals as opposed to everything else. So I'm just going to build another generator district. Another generator district here. And we should be good.
Special project concluded.
Just keep having more and more refugees coming in.
Research concluded.
Alright, let's hope these guys are nice. Xenophobic isolationists. So yes, they are xenophobes, but they're also pacifists, so I think that if we kind of stay out of their way, they're not going to attack us. We don't have any kind of matching ethics, so we'll just we'll go full bore in there. And then what do we want for our next tech? Let's get the increased farm production, or food production. And let's take a look here. Now, I almost feel like these guys know that these guys are a threat as well. So let's take a look at our contacts here. Yeah, I mean, he sees a mutual threat, but he's still a xenophobe. I mean, I can't help you if you don't want to be helped, right? Alright. You'll figure something out. Alright. Mr. Prime has Titanic life. That's pretty great. Let's take a look at who's doing what here. Alright, it's looking pretty good.
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded. Initial colonization phase complete. Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
So we're just letting time roll forward. Once we get those destroyers up,
Construction project concluded.
Okay, so thankfully the slaughter of these guys has stopped. As you can see, they're already getting a lot more powerful. They'll probably attack our friends next, so we're kind of going to have to be ready for that. We kind of can't let them fall either, because it also looks like we're going to be boxed in by these guys. But again, I'm not too worried about being boxed in, because we're eventually going to have to conquer these guys and these guys, so these guys can spread. I'm not really too concerned about that. And the more powerful they are as allies, the better off we both are, because we have that defensive pact, and we're not going to fight each other.
Research concluded.
And you see, we're going to keep getting more and more refugees as they start exterminating all these planets of their species. So okay, so we can build cruisers, but it's kind of a lot, and we're, now I would pick either the coil gun or the basic strike craft. I'm going to pick the coil gun, just so we have another weapon type that's a little bit more advanced. And since we're going to be receiving a lot of refugees, maybe we should also consider building up more of these frozen planets. So let's build this one. Now hopefully the AI is good enough that they will send these refugees, or the refugees will naturally migrate to, the correct location, because we have no ability to send them ourselves. So this looks like they all keep on dropping off at Wither Prime. And so let's just take a look at the population here. Maybe we have to wait for those colonies to be fully established before they start migrating there.
Research concluded.
Looks like it's running low on amenities and population, so I think what we'll do is we'll build a hollow theater, because we already have a gene clinic. So we'll build a... Now we're starting to actually really run low on consumer goods as well, so maybe we should build a civilian industries here. We're running low on food too. It's because our population's kind of jumping up because of all the refugees that are coming in. Alright, so where can we move these guys? Let's move them over here. Looks like the rest of these guys have stuff to do. I'm going to take the next laser level, because we are going to be going to war soon. If we had like another planet with research on it, I would send this guy also to do some, assist research, but we don't. So yeah, with the number of refugees that keep coming in, okay, so because we are getting so many refugees from this civilization because they're being, murdered and they're fleeing to us, I'm guessing now we have kind of a... Well, what are the ethics of these guys? They're xenophobes and egalitarians, I believe. Let's take a look here. Yeah, xenophobes and egalitarians. So I'm guessing we probably now have a xenophobe faction. So we can disallow unrestricted wars. Or we can allow unrestricted wars. And it doesn't look like that'll piss off any of these other groups. I'm just reading through kind of their list of what they want. Okay, so to make them a little bit happier, because we can't restrict movement, because that'll piss off our egalitarians. But we can disallow unrestricted wars. So let's look at our policies and see what that does. No. No. Well, they're just going to have to be unhappy. We can try to get a non-aggression pact. That might be something we can do. Luckily, it's a small faction. See, all these guys have like 50 members each.
Evading hostiles.
Alright, what do we got here? So we got the cosmic tree that just showed up out of nowhere. It's probably going to blow up these two units if they can't flee. So let's take our fleet. And it's up to 1.1k here. So our fleet would probably get wiped pretty good. So I say now is as good of a time as any to start beefing up our fleet. I prefer for the coil guns to come in and the lasers. Let's wait until the lasers come in, and we'll leave this system unfinished. Alright, so thankfully it looks like our construction ship and our science ship managed to flee in time, so that's good.
Construction project concluded.
Let's take a look at our planets, see what they need. We'll go ahead and build a mine here. I know it's not really what we need, but I like to have just kind of a little bit well-rounded situation going on. We got good food, good, energy, but not good food, so we'll build a agri-district. We'll upgrade this. We'll build, I almost feel like we got plenty of food, and I'd rather have more money. I'm going to build another energy district there as well. Okay, so we'll keep going. We got to watch our food and our consumer goods income. But as we beef up our fleet, it's going to cost us a lot more energy to maintain as well. Even though I know we're losing a bunch of food, I'm going to still go ahead and encourage planetary growth in our capital. We still got 2,000 food, and so hopefully that'll sort itself out before too long. We keep on getting more refugees. And we've got our starbase up here upgraded. So what can we build here? Let's take a look at trade. There's no real trade, that we have to worry about up here, so we'll leave that alone. Once we settle it, we might build a trade unit there, a trade hub. I say what we do. We could also build anchorages, which will increase, fleet capacity. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking we're going to do with this one. We'll switch it around later, but for now, let's build another gun battery, another missile battery, just to make this kind of as intimidating as possible. And we'll build a target uplink computer as well. Because, well, I mean, they have made peace with these guys. Let's take a look at these Union of here, Akbar or whatever. So they're not technically our rivals, but they're angry at us for being allied to their rivals. Huh. You see, what I'm trying to decide now is, should I... Where's the bigger threat? Is it these guys to the north or these guys here? Now, there's still, you know, 2 alien civs between us. So, if we were to conquer them, it would be kind of bad because it'd be tough to get around. So, I think I'm good with beefing this up. We're going to beef our military up. Take out these guys, the remaining kind of mining drones in our system. I believe we'll leave here alone because I'm not sure what's in here, but it looks powerful. And then we'll, you know, eventually open up a path north and start attacking these guys to the north. We definitely want to extend the deal for the gases. Alright, what do we do with this guy? Let's, there's really not much we can do with him. Let's have him just hang out over here. We'll have that guy hang out over here too. Until we get our fleet built up and we take out these guys, there's not much we can do.
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
And I'm hoping that the unemployment pushes these guys away, and the lack of housing and the lack of amenities, because we do not want these Hurons here. We want them on the ice planets, so to speak. And speaking of ice planets, I bet we can build one more, so let's go and do that. And actually what I'm thinking of with Aruz is I'm going to cancel both of these, and I'm going to build shipyard up here. I won't build an anchorage yet. And we'll also go to our expansion planner again. And we'll build a colony. Looks like there's already a planned colony here. So let's build another colony here with our Huron.
Initial colonization phase commencing. Construction project concluded.
I wish that if you were accepting refugees, they'd like automatically move to this planet best suited for them.
Research concluded.
What can you do? I guess they're not full colonies yet, so maybe that's why. Alright, so we've got an option here to raise our admin cap, and we're absolutely going to take it. Also, I believe down that tree you get better like government building types as well. But right now we're 180 over 50. So, you know, making it 180 over 70 is going to be a lot better. We'll actually take this one. Rather than waiting, we'll have him move here and build off these starbase outposts as well. Alright, we got another pop in our home, our capital, so to speak. So let's go ahead and build We've got one more district left. Okay, so eventually we can kind of rejigger this, so that's good. Let's, for the time being, we'll build another generator district because we've got plenty of housing still. We'll have 11 houses, so that'll give us more. Yeah, let's build another energy district because I'm just worried when this fleet is finally built up, what it's gonna look like.
Research concluded.
Alright, so we figured out coil guns. Now we've got a bunch of good options here. I'm going to go with... So alloy megaforges means we can turn in the motes that we're kind of gathering now. We can turn them in and build like a better alloy factory. Kind of like we had the upgraded version of the research factory in the last episode. But I think we're going to build... Well, I want the civilian fabricators because... once we have those, we'll be able to produce a lot more consumer goods and we can start replacing some of these factories. On the flip side, we don't have any crystals, any rare crystals. And so we have to manually generate them. And we are going to be building up our fleet soon, so that's going to take a lot of alloys and whatnot. I'm still more comfortable with the civilian fabricators. What we can also do is look on our planets, right? And some of them are going to have like naturally occurring special features, rare planetary features. It's like this one, for instance, has an odd factory. And if you were to actually go to here, you could see what the odd factory does. And just, not really quite sure what it does, but it produces stuff. See, this one has crystalline caverns, right? So, let's, and it's gonna be due for a pop soon. Not for a while. Still, we should build a crystal mine, and we'll like, you know, move a population here as is needed. Okay, so here is where the subterranean civilization is. On Serban Secundus. That's what last episode I was wondering what the heck was going on. So no, it is not from here. So let's check our situation log. Okay, so that's the sea. We don't care about that. Well, not yet, at least. I just feel like there's some kind of bug here that's, I'm just not quite sure about that. All right, well let's keep on looking at these planets here, see what their special features are. This one doesn't have any. This one has crystalline caverns as well, and they got unemployed pops. So let's go ahead and build a crystal mine. But it doesn't have a lot of amenities either. Let's go ahead and build a hollow theater here. It doesn't have a lot of housing either. Okay, let's build a city district here. And they're doing good on both, so let's go ahead and build a agri-district. Alright, so we'll keep going. A lot of this game is like weighing what's more important at the time, you know, because it's all good, but you kind of just have to say, well, what is it that's most important to me?
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
Alright, so it looks like Altair built another colony. So let's, or colony ship, I should say. So let's build another colony ship. Oh, that one's already having being sent to it. So let's build another one here.
Construction project concluded.
Got some unemployed pops here. Let's build an energy district.
A declaration of war has been announced.
All right. See?
Construction project
Would have been nice to have had like a defensive pack with all these guys, but it's just not happening, you know? And these guys are just going to keep getting more powerful because they're too advanced, you know?
Research concluded.
Looks like it went a little too heavy on the construction ships there, but oh well. Okay, so we've got the upgraded laser. I'm going to do the chemical plants, even though we have like naturally occurring motes in our systems. But it looks like we're at a stage now where we're not going to get any tech anytime soon for military units. So let's go into our ship designer. And let's look at our corvettes here. What do they got here? Yeah, I don't like picket ships here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click off auto-generate designs, right? And I'm going to, if we had a better missile type, I'd create missile boats. I think they're the most effective early game. But our just luck has been that we haven't gotten an advanced missile type. We have more advanced lasers and railguns. So we're going to choose an interceptor body type. And we're going to throw, let's say, 2 lasers and a single coil gun on there. Now I'm just putting on the lasers, more lasers than coil guns because they're just more powerful. They're going to have less shield damage than the coil guns. But I'm okay with that. Now for the, like, kind of this utility slot, we're going to put in afterburners just so it moves a little bit faster. For this, we're going to put in, let's say, 2 shields and some ceramo metallic armor. We're going to have the fusion drive. We don't have better engines or warp things. We do have pretty good sensors, and we do have a combat computer. So what are we going to call this ship type? Well, I say we call it the Herald, because it's a herald of things to come. And so it looks like we don't have enough power for what we want here, right? Now what we could do is put like a reactor booster here, okay? And that would work. Or we could just switch out one of these shields maybe for some armor. Oh, it's still not enough. Okay, what a bummer. Okay, so we'll put on a second shield. And rather than an afterburner, we're going to have to use one of these until we get a better like generator type. And the reason for that is just the draw on these advanced weapons and these sensors it's taking more power than our generators can generate, so it's a good thing we at least have like the level 2 generators here. Or reactors, I should say. Okay, so let's call it a Herald. We'll save the design. Okay. And then we're going to take this, like, auto one. And we're going to get rid of it. Just so we don't, like, click on it by mistake. Now, it's not going to delete these obsolete units, but we're going to move these guys back to upgrade them, okay? And hopefully, without the actual, like, auto design, they're going to convert to our new fleet type. If not, we might have to upgrade them a second time to upgrade them to the Herald type. So we'll do that, and I bet we can sneak in like one more. Let's leave it alone for now. Let's leave it alone for now until these guys are fully upgraded to the new ship type.
Construction project concluded.
And let's build another energy district, just because I know our energy is going to take a precipitous drop. And we'll build another food district here. And we have an unemployed robot pop, so where can we send him? I'm trying to send him to like our less developed planets just so we can get the pop count up high enough. Yeah, like Gatria Secundus. Let's send him here. So and then we'll go to Gatria Secundus. And we have an unemployed regular pop, but we can just upgrade the planetary building. Take care of that. Alright, it's looking pretty good.
Construction project concluded.
And yet more and more refugees are arriving. And we're just filling up these areas that are remaining, you know?
Construction project concluded.
Let's take a look at our planets here, see how they're doing. So this one lacks housing. Let's go ahead and build some housing. Otherwise, they're looking pretty good.
Construction project concluded.
I have a situation where I have just too many construction ships in one area. I'll just have this guy move here, just for the future.
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
Okay, so on Wither we've got some unemployed pops. We have not a lot of amenities. We do have some housing though, so let's go ahead and build a hollow theater just to make everybody happier and generate some unity. It's going to keep eating into our consumer goods, but
Construction project concluded.
And you can see these guys are slowly upgrading to a different
Initial
class.
colonization phase commencing.
We don't have enough money to extend our deal, which is too bad. But we'll keep that in mind for the near future.
Construction project concluded. Research concluded.
Okay, so what else can we build? Okay, so I think a good one now is going to be the basic strike craft. I'm not really going to use it on my ships, but it is a useful feature for star bases to have. Let's take a look at what everyone's doing here. Let's go ahead and build an outpost here. We'll have this guy like just move over here. And we'll just check our planets real quick. Build an agri-district there. And an energy district here. And then I think also we'll just check on expansion, like on those Arctic colonies and whatnot, as soon as the upgrades are done.
Construction project concluded.
And we'll have them move here. And I actually, this one's less important, so I'm just going to have them cancel. We'll just move here. And I'll see if I can go ahead and claim that. Now, we still have to wait a little bit for the influence to get up there.
Research concluded.
Alright, so we can finish out our discovery tree. That should save a little bit of money. And also, we'll get that 10% research bonus. We have another ascension perk. Imperial prerogative would be good. It would increase our cap for our empire. Transcendent learning is really good too. I know that if we wait, we'll get better like options later for techs. But is it worth waiting on an ascension perk? I mean, because we could pick stuff that'll help us right now. So we're going to increase naval capacity again, even though it's going to take a real long time. And then let's look at our kind of empire sprawl. So we're at like 197 over 70. If we were to take that ascension perk, it would be 197 over 100. And that would really reduce a lot of our penalties. I think we should just take that as our ascension perk. We'll take Imperial Prerogative. And that'll drop down a lot of our penalties quite a bit. Because we are going to be conquering a lot of stuff soon, so maybe it's not the best choice to pick, but I think it's the best one we have now.
Project concluded. Construction project concluded.
Man, these Huron just won't go away. We might have to actually, like, you know, piss off our factions and move these guys manually, because, I mean, why would you stay in a place that's terrible for you when there's better places out there? I'll never understand this game sometimes. Okay, so what are we losing a lot of? We're losing a lot of civilian goods, so to speak. We do have plenty of housing and amenities, so let's build a civilian factory again, just so we can get some consumer goods out there. And we'll go ahead and just build a mine here, just to round it out a little bit.
Construction project concluded.
Okay, so it looks like we completely missed the chance to found the galactic market, which is a bummer. If you go out and, let's go to our market here. If you go out and meet the majority of the civs in this game early on, you'll get an option to become the host of the galactic market. And if that's the case, the market fee is reduced to only 20%, so it makes like your sales a lot better. The good news is now that we have the galactic market out there, the prices are going to be less volatile based on what we do, because everyone's pulling from the same pool now. There will also be kind of a greater variety and amount of goods out there. So overall, it's good. Bummer we couldn't meet enough civs to compete for that.
Construction project concluded. Research concluded.
Alright, so let's throw on, we're doing pretty good across the board, but let's throw on just an agri district here. And we'll get a better reactor here. And our fleets are still being upgraded, but they're getting there.
Construction project concluded.
Let's go ahead and build an energy district here.
Fleet enhancement supplied.
Alright, so our fleet's been upgraded. Let's make sure they're upgraded to the correct type. No, not at all. So we're going to have to upgrade them a second time to get them to Herald class.
Construction project concluded.
And we've basically run out of alloys as well. So that may slow down upgrades a bit. Nah, it looks like they're still moving along. This guy ruler died.
Construction project concluded.
So they're about to run out of amenities here. Let's build a gene clinic. And let's build another generator district here.
Construction project concluded. Initial colonization phase complete.
Alright, so who got voted up? Okay. Too bad, because that guy was actually very good, well suited for that one research piece. But so there's nothing we can do about it. Let's go to our leaders. Recruit a scientist. And there's no one here really that has a useful trait for our purposes. So we'll hire the eager guy now. And we'll replace him on one of these science ships. Not this guy, because he's level 1. That guy's level 2. If this guy wasn't busy, like, digging, I'd move him. But let's move Manius Papidius to the job here, because he's just slightly better. Well, let's see what other leader popped up as well. Maybe there'll be someone more suited. We'll just waste a little bit of extra money. You see, like this guy here. I mean, he's got biology research, so let's take him. And even though he's a lower level than this guy, we'll put him in charge just because we will have biology, you know, research-related stuff in the future. Then for this just waiting science ship, we'll put this guy. And we'll just go ahead and dismiss this eager guy. So wasted a little bit of money, but it is what it is.
Construction project concluded.
So one of the things you see here, we're kind of running at a deficit of alloys. We're going to have to start building more alloy factories or upgraded alloy factories. It's just a fact of life. We were doing pretty good for a while. It's kind of going to slow down everything. I'll wait until we have like 10k minerals, we'll sell them, and then we'll buy as many alloys as we can. We won't be able to buy that many, but every bit helps.
A declaration of war has been announced.
Alright, so the Kirim are attacking these guys, which doesn't even make sense because there's nothing adjacent, but
Another day, another side.
shine on, you know?
Construction project concluded.
Alright, so what can we build here? We got a lot of good options. We got the better Star Fortress, but I think that we need better engines on our ships, even though that will require another round of upgrades. So we had a scientist die. This is our engineering scientist, so let's see what leaders we have available for that. Again, no one really well suited. Let's recruit this archaeologist, right? And we'll just replace the archaeologist with this guy, and we'll go to our technology and just put this level 2 guy in there. Not the best fit, but
Initial colonization phase commencing. Construction project concluded.
so you see here we can start upgrading these factories here. Now our income in terms of rare crystals is 2. And it takes 45 to upgrade it. So the place that we're going to upgrade it though is going to be in our capital, Altair Prime. Because you see here, it creates 5 jobs rather than 2. So if we upgrade this place right here, right, we can get rid of, let's say one of these. Just right off the bat, right? We'll just demolish it. And then what we'll do is we'll build another alloy foundry. And then once we have upgraded, ability to build upgraded alloy foundries, we'll start pushing those out, if that makes any sense. So for this one, we do have an unemployed pop. we're out of housing, so let's just build a housing district. And we'll keep going. Now you see I got rid of that factory, so we're losing a bunch of consumer goods, but that'll sort itself out. It's just a bad time to be insulting your neighbors, you know? Taking in all your refugees. Okay, so it looks like they've kind of stopped pulling from the pool here. We're still waiting on that.
Enhancement supplied.
Alright, so our fleet has been upgraded. You'll see here now that it's actually more powerful than it was before, even though it's the same number of ships. We just don't have a lot of alloys right now to keep building ships. So let's hold off on that, but we can do stuff with this fleet. We can start taking out these smaller, mining drones. Not these ones, it's way too many. But these ones that are like, 400, 600. I think that's well within our ability to fight. And it'll add a little bit of experience to our fleets. So how do you see fleet experience? If you click on your fleet here, you'll see here this little thing right here. The more of these little diamonds it has, the more experience the fleet has.
Construction project concluded.
I believe. I'm almost positive. Maybe it has to do with ship size, but I'm pretty sure it's experience. And so we'll build a mining outpost here.
Construction project concluded.
Alright, we'll build an energy station here.
Construction project concluded.
Okay, so what are we going to do with these guys? They still got some housing and whatnot. We'll build an agri-district because we're probably going to need more food soon. And they're still doing okay. So let's build another agri-district here as well.
Construction project concluded.
Alright, I'm going to... I'm going to leave this guy here. After we take out this fleet, they'll go in and research and claim, and then we'll take out maybe this fleet here, and we'll explore up this way as far as we can before we hit our allies. and so on and so forth.
Research concluded.
Alright, we have better reactors. That's good news. I know that some people swear by disruptors. I've never had much luck with them. So I'm going to go, and I don't really care about this one either. This I'd love to have, but it's too expensive. So I'll take the extra physics research, I think. It also matches up well with our kind of bonuses here.
Construction project concluded.
Alright, so what can we build here?
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
So we're going to have a bunch of jobs here in Altair Prime, I think.
Construction project
Again, I wish it wouldn't
concluded.
pull from the clerk. I wish it would pull from other stuff, you know? Give those robots a thing to do. But, what can you do? Let's move them to Asgard Prime here.
Initial colonization phase complete.
And while we wait, let's check out our expansion planner. These are all kind of lower habitability worlds. No, I feel like if we weren't hurting, if we're not going to be hurting for alloys so much, I'd probably go ahead and keep expanding the colonies. But I do kind of have a order of preference here, and I think that it's time that we kind of started to show our might a little bit. So let's look at this fight here. Another leader died. We're going to have a bunch of leaders die at once because they all kind of got hired at the same time. Okay, great. We didn't lose any ships or anything like that. So we're going to take our fleet, and we're going to just send them to the... Alright, it hasn't even been really dinged up that bad. So we'll send them in this direction right here. We'll take off the fleet restriction here. Try it like that. Yeah, okay, so it was just a matter of... You have to let a day pass after you unrestrict a system. Alright, so we're going to take this construction ship. He's just going to move here. Or he can build an outpost. Yeah, what the heck. Let's build an outpost there. And we'll take the science ship and research the projects. And then the anomalies, and we'll go from there.
Construction project concluded.
So we're doing pretty good on all that kind of stuff. Maybe we should build another civilian industries here. And we'll speed things up. I just slowed it down for cinematic effect. So where's Hawaz? Huh. That looks like an alien civ. So let's check out these Gimel aliens. We'll research them in our situation log. Maybe we'll get a little bit of influence out of that. We still have more refugees fleeing here.
Construction project concluded.
Take a look at our new ruler. Alright, that's not bad. Looks like that scientist, however, was kind of picked up. So we gotta hire a new scientist. Go to our leaders tab. And let's just take a look at our actual technology screen. I'd love to get a guy with some kind of engineering skill, but we don't have anyone like that. So let's just pick the youngest guy. We'll assign this new scientist, and we'll just have them assist research on Altair Prime again. Now, they won't be as useful as the more advanced scientists, but what can you do?
Special project concluded.
Alright, let's keep on researching the
An
anomalies there.
alien empire has cracked our comms protocols.
Okay, so we figured out their language. They're democratic crusaders, so they're going to get along with us well. Let's do an egalitarian greeting. And I say we make friends with these guys. Alright, so let's go over to contacts. And these guys already like us plenty because of mutual rivalries and all that jazz. Let's just make sure they're not rivaling. Yeah, they're not rivaling anybody that we know, so let's form a defensive pact with them. It's going to eat at our influence, but it will... I mean, they seem fairly powerful. Let's take a look at them. So their fleet power is like superior, inferior economic and technology. And so we're going to become more powerful as we build up to our fleet size. But, you know, it's good that we can sandwich, you know, so it's good that, you know, we can defend each other. You know, us two can defend each other from these guys, and then us two can defend from these guys. So I'm happy with that. And since we got that extra influence, let's go ahead and build that Starbase outpost. We also have 10k in minerals. They want to do a research agreement. However, if you look, let's just take a look at like kind of our friends here. So these guys are already inferior to us technologically, and these guys are inferior technologically. I'm going to decline the research agreement since we already have the defensive agreement. And actually, now that I know that these guys are inferior, because I haven't really checked, I'm going to talk to the Kareem. I'm going to communicate with them, and I'm going to break the research agreement. They're still gonna like us because we still have the defensive pact. And then hopefully maybe we can form a federation between the three of us, you know? We'll see. Now, the reason why I broke the research agreement is it's less beneficial for us now that they're inferior, and we're also consuming a lot of influence because of our defensive pacts. If you ever want to if you forget where you're at with your country, you can kind of click on yourself and see what you've got. So we've got, you know, I'm rivaling the two fanatic purifiers. I've got the two defensive pacts, a migration treaty, and let's actually take a look at these Utkavonga guys, what their species are like. So they're desert, charismatic, communal, but weak. Should we open up our borders here? Yeah, let's open up. Let's see if they'll do an open border treaties here with us. This is just so we can fill out our desert planets.
Research.
All right, we got new engines for our ships. Let's go down this robo modding path because I'm hoping to upgrade our robots so they're more useful. I don't know if that's one of them that does it or not. Okay, so we did another excavation. Let's bring him down this way. Just so... Now let's bring him down over here. Just so that when we do finally clean the system, he can start the archaeological dig there. Look at this. He also has like a custom AI assistant from that event. And he's level 6 as well. So I'm thinking maybe we move this guy, because he just has like a +5 research and he's level 6. Maybe we have him fill out one of these you know, tech groups here. Let's have him. This is Agrippa Laridus. Let's have him be our engineer, because this guy can still like has like something that might be useful for like a society tech. This guy doesn't really. So let's have Larita be our engineer. And then we'll take this guy and just put him on that ship.
Receiving transmission.
So a commercial pack. Let's see how advantageous that would be to us. We would get 6.16. I still don't think it's worth the influence, so I'm going to decline that. And they want to redo the research agreement, but no. It's no longer kind of in our favor, so forget about that. Yuck. And these guys are already claiming this system, even though it's not even useful for their race. But I guess because they have so many humans, probably, or Altarians in their group, they can claim it. So you know what? I'm not even going to take this one yet, okay? Because I don't think they're going to attack this area. I'm gonna take my fleet and I'm gonna bring them back. And we're gonna take out these guys up here. And I'm gonna take this construction ship as well, or rather, this construction ship, and I'm just gonna kind of move them next door.
Construction project concluded.
Yeah, we're just going to keep on getting more and more of these refugees as their populations are being exterminated.
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
Alright, let's take a look at some of these situations here. I kind of want my rare crystals taking up, but having another just kind of consumer goods factory would be useful. Let's build a mining district. Agro district here. And an energy district here. And an energy district here. Again, I'm really bad at specializing my planets, so I apologize again. If don't follow my lead in terms of these planets, you know, but you know, just how I play. I recognize it as a weakness. I gotta work on it. So what can we do here? Okay, so that's all done there. So let's have them start moving up that way.
Construction project concluded.
Look at that, we actually achieved one of our goals. Alright, so like I said, they're going to demand a tribute. I would pay it, especially early on, because you can't really take them on, and they'll just damage your systems a lot. But pick the one you can recover from the easiest, so obviously I'm going to offer minerals as a tribute, and they will leave us alone. running out of housing here, so let's build some housing. Who are the Ikazuri? Oh, these are the pre-sapients. Okay.
Construction project concluded.
Okay, so it looks like they've finally declared war on our allies here. Now the good news is, I do believe that because this is like an extermination / containment war, it doesn't really matter what our claims are. As long as we capture systems, they'll be ours. So I guess we'll test that theory. And I hope that's the case. So, what will we do here? We're going to take our military fleet. And we're going to go towards Aruz instead, because we don't want to waste any of our fleet power attacking this area. And we're going to mark this as unrestricted. And look at that. It looks like they already got, they already attacked these guys to the north, already attacked them. So we're going to take our fleet, and also Aruz should have a shipyard. Great. Throw a hangar bay on there for defense. I was kind of remiss in upgrading these systems. And instead of a shipyard here in Udixa, we're going to replace this with a hangar bay. Okay, so in Aruz, we're going to start building more of the fleet, so they can kind of join up together. Let's go over to Ship Designer again, and let's build some destroyer class ships. And let's see what we've got here. No, we'll take a gunship bow. Need an interceptor. I'd love it if we had eyes on their like military fleet, so we would know how to prepare, against them. But we don't have that, so let's go back to Ship Designer. And let's build a destroyer. So again, we're going to pick the best. This kind of system that we have here. And throw on the afterburners. And this time, because we have this time we're good enough in terms of like power generation and whatnot. So let's call this the Priest class destroyer. And let's build some in Aruz. And we'll also go into our fleet, our ship designer. Sorry about this. And we're going to get rid of this Vidius. Okay. So let's go into Aruz Station, and we'll start building them. We probably won't be able to get to all of them by the time our fleet arrives, but they'll link up. We'll have just a little bit more oomph to our fleet, And we also have to start thinking about building armies. Because, you know, we'll be able to capture systems fine ourselves, but if we want to capture their planets, we're going to need armies as well. Let's take a look at their species just to see what kind of... Okay, so they're adaptable. That's good. I almost feel like we should, like, wait until we have kind of a full fleet and an army to move up there. And so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to planets and sectors. No, that's not it. I'm going to look at all these places where we have you know, those refugees that came in, because they're going to be better fighters than our people. Or the Kareem for that matter. So yeah, we want to get a bunch of Huron fighters, and let's just double check that to make sure. So the damage from the Huron is 1.87 to 3.75, same as morale damage, right? Oops. See, this is only 1.57 to 3.15. Yeah, so we definitely want the Huron armies. And that's because of their species traits. They're just better fighters. Now I'm still checking these other planets. Because you see here, like some of them they've moved to, but they haven't moved away from yet. So if we can kind of get them... Okay. So, we'll do that. We'll also, I guess, okay, so first let's go to our contacts, and let's go to, the curator order. Oh, we're not going to spend all our money on that. Because we need to buy a bunch of, alloys, as soon as possible. So let's go to the galactic market. And let's sell 5,000 minerals. Let's go to the alloys and see how many we can buy. You kind of want to like buy as many as possible too, so we would just need like 1,700 some odd. Yeah, we're not going to get that. And I don't feel like selling off my special resources or consumer goods or anything like that. So let's just buy what we can here. And we'll leave like a reserve of money, you know. So now we've got some more alloys in stock. It's not the way I would have wanted to do it. But let's just take a look here at Altair and Aruz. It's going to take some time. And we could build also more ships in Altair itself. kind of running out of mineral alloys for that. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to take our fleets up this way. We'll grab one of our science ships, whichever one's just kind of hanging out. We'll grab this one. Or we'll grab this one that's just hanging out in Altair. And this guy who's just a little more advanced, we'll send him to Altair to help with research. And we'll kind of rally our fleets here, and we'll start attacking in. I almost kind of want to hold off until we're at like the full 30 fleet strength. And then we'll go in and we'll see what kind of damage we do. In the meantime, we'll be building up our armies and staging them in a ruse. Because hopefully we'll be able to, kind of cut them off here, take out some of their core planets, while they're busy attacking down in this direction. So let's see how this all works out.
Construction project concluded. Initial colonization phase complete.
Alright, so these guys are spiritualists, so they're not going to like us that much, but they're also egalitarians, and they're more egalitarian than spiritualists, so we should be able to get along with these guys. Yeah, we're at like a 0. I'm neither going to rival them nor ally them because, you know, they're too far away from me to really care about, and they're not like hostile enough for me to want to rival them.
Project concluded.
And let's check our ship designer as well, because what we'll do, see these guys, let's see how our tech's doing. I could have sworn we have upgraded,
Construction project concluded.
upgraded engines, right? I mean, I could be way wrong.
Another day, another scientific breakthrough.
Alright, let's take this older tech here.
Construction project concluded.
Okay, now hangar bays, they have, I believe, a little bit longer trade protection range, so it should help cut down on pirates a little bit. Let's take a look at our planets again. I'm running low on amenities, so let's build gene clinic.
Hostile IFF signatures detected.
Okay, so it looks like their fleet's coming in. They're around 1287. The good news is we're starting to build up our destroyers, and our starbase is pretty powerful too. So hopefully if we can take this fight here and obliterate their fleets, we should be in a good state. Let's examine their corvettes and destroyers. So they're not using missiles, so it's good that we didn't like do any point defense. Okay.
Construction project concluded.
And we'll keep our scientists in the system, but we'll keep them away from this jump lane to Castaba. We'll keep him like over here, so if enemy fleet does come in, he doesn't get attacked. And we'll set him to passive. Okay. Otherwise, we'll just let time move forward again.
Construction project concluded.
Okay, so we can start this archaeological dig. And in fact, this guy's an archaeologist. And this guy is not, so let's tell him to go here. We'll switch him out for the archaeologist. And we'll tell him to excavate the site. So he's a lower level, but he should be faster at excavating. I'm going to take this constructor. We're going to move him kind of up this way as well.
Research concluded.
All right, so now we've got a pretty good, fleet capacity. I'm going to take this tech here just because of the max occupation garrisons. This means that if we capture their planets, we'll have more troops on there to be able to occupy it and prevent rebellions. And hopefully this fleet gets here in time to fight these guys.
Receiving transmission.
Nope. Alright, so what's our next tradition gonna be? Well, we are in a war, so supremacy would be really nice. Reduced ship cost, reduced ship upkeep, better admirals, better starbase kind of upgrade costs and whatnot. I still feel like we just save a lot of money by going prosperity. I mean, again, we are kind of in a war for our lives now. But I think we can handle this war. Let's go prosperity. Excellent. So it looks like our fleets have made it here in time for the fight.
Station sustaining damage.
Alright, we got this well in hand. You see, the problem for them is that they're attacking both the station and our fleet, so they're kind of getting their butts kicked here.
Research concluded.
I don't see anything that great. I mean, Star Fortress would be real nice. It's a lot of tech cost. But it is nice to have. Let's get the Star Fortress. Even though that'll take a while. All right, a win for our glorious army. Looks like we lost 2 corvettes. That's not so bad. Now we already have a science ship in here, and so he's going to research the debris. We're going to get some research from that debris, and we can tell our fleet here to heal up and repair. And I'm also going to just double check on that to see and just to make sure that we can't throw some better engines on there or anything like that, because I almost believe that we can, unless I messed something up or misunderstood something, or I'm just not remembering stuff. And you see, now that these planets are starting to be more developed, they're a lot more helpful, you know, to our economy. They're not like as much of a drag, and they're only going to keep getting better. This is just telling us that we can upgrade our robots. So let's just look at it this way. You go to your species trait tab, and then you just toggle species for your empire species, and then you say create template, and then you can apply whatever traits you want. Now we have 2 trait points available from our technology. We can make them better miners, better farmers, make them use less housing. We can also add bad stuff to make them, to add more good traits. So I say we go with mass-produced or durable. Durable would save us money. Mass-produced would produce more robots. Let's go with durable. And mass-produced. And we'll create the template. And then when you have the template you like, you hit apply template, and then you just select like the whole. You say the whole species. So it'll take us 3,800 engineering to do. We might as well just go ahead and do it. That'll take us 19 months. Let's do it. Okay.
Construction project concluded.
Our fleets have been repaired. Now let's take a look at our station here. What are they building? Let's build 2 more corvettes just to replace the ones that were lost. And then we'll build another destroyer. Now the good news is, so I guess the AI will automatically beeline for us because we're humans and we're more of a threat. The good news is that means they're not going to conquer our allies' territory and start putting people to the sword. And it looks like we took out a bunch of their fleet. Let's check the contacts and just see where they're at. These are the Star Hunters here. So they still have overwhelming fleet power to us, but they're inferior technology. So I'm actually, I'm hesitant, but I'm not terrified, because technology is just so very important, you know. Okay, so it looks like we've recruited all our armies. And so what we'll do, 1, 2, 3, 4, is we're just going to recruit more armies. It's like it costs a lot of money. But I'd rather go in with too many armies than not enough, you know? Alright, so they got the armies queued up. And we'll build some more armies here. Some more armies here. Okay, so the species can only support so many assault empires because they're only a small like portion of our empire. So it looks like we've hit our max. So actually what we'll do is we'll go back to these guys and we'll just take off like 2 here. And 2 here. And we'll have Banus build 3. And these guys build the remainder. Having trouble speaking today. Okay, excellent. And then once we have all our armies set up and our fleet kind of rebuilt, we'll go on the offensive. And I'm actually gonna delete this construction ship here. It's too bad you can't get some of those alloys refunded, but
shipwreck study. Fascinating. Construction project concluded.
Alright, so we finished researching the debris there. We got a little bit of research out of it. So what we're going to do again is we're just going to take our science ship here in Aruz. And we're just going to move them back just a tiny bit. And we're also going to take our construction ship and move them back just a tiny bit as well. So if they do come in with another fleet to fight, they won't be engaged. And I'm also... Okay, we're going to continue the deal with Zuracorp. Great, they saw a beautiful... and then I'm going to make this one guy passive as well, just so they don't flee the system if an enemy fleet comes in. You got to be careful when you set them to passive, because then if you don't pay attention and send them out somewhere, they might just end up getting destroyed. But...
Construction project concluded.
Alright, let's take a look at our cities here, our planets. So it looks like we're out of amenities. Let's build a gene clinic.
Construction project concluded. Construction project concluded.
So it looks like we have some unemployment on our capital. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade another one of these consumer goods factories. And I'm going to delete this one. Or no, I won't. This is an upgraded one. Okay, so I'll leave them both in place. And And this should kind of cancel out once we finish building it, the remaining of our rare crystals that are coming in. So we'll have to, we'll have to see what happens from there. It also looks like they're running out of amenities here. So let's go ahead and build a... well, I don't even know if we need a gene clinic because they don't have that much more in population to grow. And I almost would think that the hollow theaters would provide some unity, you know? So let's also build hollow theaters on our capital. Alright, and let's check our ship designer again. I just want to make sure that we have the most upgraded ships out there that's, it's possible, and I don't think they are. Okay, so in terms of weapons, it's the best we can do, but let's look at... Yeah, we can get better ships and whatnot. We can change this to an afterburner. Okay, so we'll have to wait until this is built, and then we'll upgrade it.
Construction project concluded.
Okay, so now we'll go to ship designer. And we'll go to our herald. I mean, it's always worth it to have the fastest engines and afterburners on there as possible, just so you can move to engage people better. So we're going to save this. And then we're going to go back to our priest class and throw on that and that. Yeah, unfortunately, it's just a little too just not enough energy if we want the upgrade engines, and we do want the upgraded engines. So we're going to save this. Then we're going to take our fleet. We're going to upgrade it. And then when that's done, we'll kind of fill it out.
Construction project concluded.
Alright, so I'll just move this constructor over there. Alright, and we'll start kind of rallying our troop transports over here.
Research concluded.
Let's get some better shields researched. Looks like the rest of our armies got built up. Now, if we wanted, we could kind of complement these armies with, our own species, but they're not going to be as good fighters, and I think we have a good number. I'll probably eat my words later on in the conquests, but...
A declaration of war has been announced.
Alright, the fleets have been upgraded. The Pricky T are kind of probably going to finish these guys off here. So I think that, during this war, we've got to do our utmost to try to knock these guys out as hurt him as much as possible and take as much land as possible. Because these guys are going to be a big problem. So. Let's go back to the shipyard here. We're going to build 1 corvette. And how are we doing on destroyers here? We'll build 1 more destroyer.
Construction project concluded.
Alright, let's take a look at our planets here. Looks like they're out of amenities, so let's build a hollow theater there. Let's build another energy district there. And hopefully these raiders are actually raiding these guys so they can soften them up for us. We'll see. It also looks like our allies are putting up a pretty good defense here.
Construction project concluded.
Okay, so we've got our full fleet-sized fleet. Let's go to the fleet manager and talk about that. Right now, just let's take a look at this fleet. We've got 5 destroyers and 20 corvettes. So let's go to fleet manager, pick this one, and we'll say what you need is 5 destroyers and 20 corvettes. Okay, and that'll be the full kind of fleet capacity we can handle at the time. This means that like later on, if we want to just easily like fill in the ranks of the destroyed ships, we can just reinforce all, do that kind of stuff. It also will make it so like nothing's red or anything like that. So let's take our ships and we'll go to Hawaz here. We're gonna take the science ship here, and he's gonna survey this system. And we're gonna take the construction ship, and he's just gonna move here. Okay. We're gonna claim this system just so it's when we conquer all this land, it'll be adjacent. And meanwhile, we'll just wait for these armies to kind of rally here, and we'll see what happens.
Special project concluded.
So our leader died again.
Construction project concluded.
So it looks like we're running low on amenities here. So let's go ahead and build a hollow theater. Yeah, we got plenty of stuff here, so let's build an energy district. Alright. Now, if I am correct, we will automatically conquer this just by beating the starbase. So let's check.
Striking hostile station.
Okay. So let's see who lost their job here. These guys in Gru Gamara. They're not doing anything, so I'm just going to leave them with no leader, just so we save a little bit of money. But let's watch this battle play out. Should be pretty simple. Alright, so this land is our land. It's totally our land. I'm going to send them back to repair, and we'll just move out again. So yes, because it's a containment war, you know, if we were to do a white peace now, this would be our land. You know, there's no occupation, it's just we fully own it. And again, I think that, I mean, I wish we had enough alloys to build a second fleet. Because what I would do is I would, like, have a second fleet just wait here, you know, and block off any kind of reinforcements from here. And then the first fleet would come in and start taking out these planets. Unfortunately, we just don't have the alloys to do that. So, you know, we'll have to do what we can. Again, I'm not sure how long I've been talking, so maybe now is a good time to put a pin in it. If it's too short, I'll make another episode today. But I think this is a good stopping point since we're finally at war. It only took about, what, 4 or 5 hours of watching. It wasn't our choice, but I think that we're in a good place for this war. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and just put a pin in it. Have a wonderful day. If you were watching, I hope you liked it. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Come hang out and chat and in Twitch and chat and talk to me. So, hey, have a good time. I hope this helped. Bye.